What if the secret to living to 100 was to stop eating before you feel full? Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's longest living physician, followed one humble rule every day, and it helped him live and practice medicine past age 100. It's not a pill, not a superfood, just a quiet shift in how you eat. And science now shows it may reset your aging clock from the inside out. Stay with me, because this might be the simplest longevity habit Western medicine still ignores. In the West, we chase youth with diets, supplements, and surgeries. But in Japan, where centenarians walk, garden, and live with purpose, the answer looks very different. Dr. Hinohara believed that aging isn't something to fight, but to flow with. And it starts with this one quiet practice, a ritual he believed kept his body light, sharp, and inflammation-free. In today's video, we'll explore the real science behind it, and how it could help you feel 10 years younger, starting with your next meal. 1. The Metabolic Reset. Or, hidden in every bite. Most people think aging is something you can't control. But what if one of the most powerful anti-aging switches in your body could be turned on just by stopping a few bites earlier? That's what Dr. Hinohara lived by. And now, science is finally catching up. This principle is called hara hachi bu, an ancient Okinawan habit that means eat until you're 80% full. Now, why would that matter? Because as we age, something changes deep inside our cells. The body stops repairing as efficiently. Inflammation goes up. And insulin, the hormone that helps manage blood sugar, starts acting like a rusty key, struggling to unlock your cells. But when you stop eating before you're full, you trigger something surprising. Your SIRT1 gene, known as the longevity switch, switches on. Inflammation markers like C-reactive protein go down, and your cells begin a process called autophagy, where they clean out old damage and rebuild from the inside. The Okinawa Centenarian Study, 2015, University of the Ryukyus, tracked over 600 elders who practiced hara hachi bu. They showed 30% lower inflammation, better insulin sensitivity, and unusually preserved metabolic health, even into their 90s. Think of it like this. Your stomach is a stove. Fill it all the way, and the fire struggles to burn efficiently. Leave some room, and digestion runs cleaner, faster, and cooler, giving your body space to repair instead of overwork. Now, meet Helen. She's 68, grew up hearing, "Finish what's on your plate." So she did, every time. But lately, she was feeling bloated, heavy, tired by mid-afternoon. She started pausing halfway through meals, just checking in. Am I still hungry, or just eating out of habit? 1 week in, she was sleeping deeper. Her jeans fit looser, and the fog she thought was just aging had started to lift. So, here's something gentle you can try today. At dinner, eat 80% of what you usually do. Pause, breathe, see how your body feels 10 minutes later, and just notice. Not forcing anything, just listening. Have you ever tried eating until 80% full? What did you notice afterward? 2. The longevity molecule that repairs from within. Dr. Hinohara didn't believe in deprivation. He believed in rhythm, lightness, energy that lasts. And now we understand why that rhythm works, right down to your cells. When you stop eating at 80% full, your body triggers a biological shift that modern medicine calls SIRT1 activation. Now, think of SIRT1 like your body's internal janitor. It quietly wakes up when there's less food coming in, not to punish you, but to start cleaning, repairing, restoring. Here's what SIRT1 does once it's activated. Repairs damaged DNA and proteins, reduces oxidative stress, the kind that accelerates aging, slows cell division, and instead boosts cell maintenance. And this isn't just theory. The Calorie Study, 2020, National Institute on Aging, followed 220 adults over 2 years. Just a 25% calorie reduction led to lower blood pressure, improved insulin sensitivity, and markers of biological age that were 5 to 10 years younger than expected. But the most sustainable results came from people who practice moderate restriction, not strict diets, In other words, people doing exactly what Harahachi-bu teaches. Frank, 72, was skeptical. He'd tried cutting calories before, and just ended up tired and cranky. So instead, he made one change. Dinner by 6 p.m., no snacks afterward. And he stopped eating when he was satisfied, not stuffed. Within 2 weeks, something shifted. No more afternoon crashes. His digestion smoothed out. And he even started walking after meals again, something he hadn't done in years. He told me, "It's not about eating less. It's about eating smarter." And science agrees, because when SIRT1 turns on, it's like flipping the switch from aging to active repair. So, here's your nudge. Tonight, try stopping dinner a little earlier. Even just 30 minutes makes a difference. That small window, that's when your body gets to work on you. What would it feel like to give your body time to repair instead of always digesting? 3. Fermented fuel. Why Japanese seniors don't fear. Soy. If you grew up hearing that soy is bad, you're not alone. Many in the West still avoid it. They worry about hormones or just find it unfamiliar. But in Japan, it's a daily staple, and a quiet reason so many elders thrive well past 90. We're talking about fermented soy foods, miso, natto, tofu. These aren't just protein sources, they're metabolic multitaskers. Here's what happens inside your body when you include them, especially in your 60s and beyond. Fermented soy supports your gut microbiome, feeding beneficial bacteria that lower inflammation. It provides isoflavones, which gently balance hormones without overstimulation. And it helps reduce C-reactive protein, a major marker of cardiovascular aging. The BMJ Fermented Soy Study, 2020, National Cancer Center, Japan, tracked over 92,000 adults for 15 years. Those who ate fermented soy daily had 12% lower cardiovascular mortality and better resilience overall. So, what's the secret? It's not the soy by itself, it's the fermentation, which unlocks nutrients, aids digestion, and supports that 80% fullness cue we talked about earlier. Think of fermented soy like probiotic fuel, not flashy, not loud, but feeding the garden inside your gut that helps regulate everything from energy to immunity. Now, meet Rosa, 69. She always started her mornings with toast and jam. But after learning about fermented foods, she made one switch: warm rice, a packet of natto, topped with chopped scallion and a little mustard. She said it smelled strange at first, but after 2 weeks, her digestion had changed. Her LDL dropped, and that bloated, foggy feeling, gone. "I feel lighter," she said, "and weirdly, more grounded." That's the power of tradition meeting modern science. So, if you're curious, here's how to begin gently. Miso soup. 1 to 2 tablespoons stirred into hot, not boiling water before dinner. Natto. 40 to 50 grams, served over warm rice in the morning. No need to overhaul your plate. Just invite in one small fermented friend and let your body take it from there. Have you ever tried miso or natto? Type yes or not yet in the comments. You might inspire someone watching. 4. Metabolic depth. Hormone shift. Why less is more. After 60. Here's what most people don't realize about aging. Your body isn't slowing down because it's broken. It's slowing down because your hormones are shifting. And one of the most powerful shifts happens with a growth signal called IGF-1. Now in youth, IGF-1 keeps us building muscle, skin, bone, even new cells. But after 60, too much IGF-1 can actually speed up cellular wear and tear, like leaving the engine revving even when you're parked. That's where Harahachi-bu becomes so powerful. Eating until just 80% full gently lowers IGF-1, telling your body, it's okay to stop building now. Let's focus on repair. A 2019 study in Nature Communications, University of Graz, showed that reducing IGF-1 in aging cells increased cell lifespan by 20% by redirecting resources away from rapid growth and toward deep maintenance. Think of IGF-1 like a city contractor. When you're young, it builds fast, roads, lights, traffic. But later in life, you don't need more construction. You need caretakers, street sweepers, people patching potholes and fixing what's already there. That's what lower IGF-1 allows your body to do. George, 74, didn't know any of this. He just knew he couldn't sleep, felt wired but tired every night. Turns out he was having late dinners, snacks before bed. His body never got the signal to slow down. So he made a small change. Dinner by 6:30. Nothing after, just tea. And he practiced hara-hachi-bu, finishing every meal a little shy of full. Within a week, his sleep deepened. His morning brain fog lifted. And for the first time in years, he felt calm at night. "I didn't expect eating less to help me rest more," he said, "but biologically, it makes perfect sense." So, here's your gentle invitation. Try finishing dinner a little earlier and lighter this week. You might be surprised what your body can finally do when it's not digesting all night. Have your evenings felt more restless after 60? What do you think might be contributing? 5. Isn't eating less dangerous for seniors? Let's address the elephant in the room. Many seniors are told, by friends, family, even some doctors, that eating less is risky, that it'll make you weak or malnourished, or worse, that you'll shrink away. But here's what the data shows us. Moderate eating, when done with intention, doesn't harm seniors. It actually helps us thrive. And no, this isn't about starving or skipping meals. It's about tuning into your body's changing needs after 60. In the calorie study, 2020, National Institute on Aging, adults who reduced their calorie intake by just 25% experienced improved insulin sensitivity, lower inflammation, better sleep quality, and notably, no loss of nutrient status or strength when meals were balanced. In fact, the older participants reported feeling more energized, not less. Why? Because after 60, our metabolism changes. We simply don't need as much fuel, but we need better fuel, less volume, more value. Janice, 70, used to believe the myth. She prided herself on finishing everything on her plate, but she was always bloated, sluggish, and felt foggy by mid-afternoon. When she tried hara-hachi-bu, she was hesitant. "I was scared I'd feel faint or weak," she said. But the opposite happened. Her digestion improved. She had more stable energy. And for the first time in years, she didn't need that afternoon nap. So, what's the safe way to try this? Start by observing. Track how full you feel after meals for 3 days. Use a simple 1 to 10 scale. Stop around a 7 or 8. That's your body saying, "I've had enough." And remember, it's not about eating less food. It's about reducing excess, not essentials. Think of it like adjusting the volume on a radio. Too loud, and it becomes noise. Just right. And suddenly, you hear the music clearly. Have you ever felt full but tired after a meal? What if your body's been asking for a gentler rhythm all along? Dr. Hinohara once said, "Eat lightly, walk often, and find joy every day." He lived these words, not to impress anyone, but because they made him feel alive. Even at 100, he still saw patience, still smiled, still woke with purpose. And it wasn't magic. It wasn't pills. It was rhythm. A quiet trust in the body's ability to heal when we stop overfeeding, overthinking, and overdoing. Hara-hachi-bu isn't about restriction. It's a return to listening, to honoring the signal that says, "That's enough, and I feel good right here." So, maybe it's not about controlling aging. Maybe it's about cooperating with it, letting your body shift into maintenance, repair, clarity. And in that space, you just might rediscover an energy that doesn't come from more, but from less. Sometimes the gentlest changes are the ones your body remembers most. Have you ever tried stopping at 80% full? Did anything change in your energy, sleep, or mood? Share below. Your experience might encourage someone else watching. If this brought clarity or comfort today, consider subscribing. Here at Healthy Aging Hub, we unpack research-backed habits like this every week, always in a way that respects your body's wisdom.